How's it going, everybody? My name's Rich. I'm the founder of Product Gym. Today, we're going to be showing you how to go ahead and write the perfect product manager resume in 30 minutes. Now, having said that, though, I really want to get through this in the shortest amount of time possible because ultimately, what you guys really care about is you guys really care about getting your questions answered about your own personal resume situation. Best way for me to go ahead and give you guys feedback on your resume, schedule a call, especially for those of you who are already not in the program, not in the program. There's some people that are just hanging out that are in the program already. With that said, let's go ahead and get to it. Da, 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 da. Okay, is everybody seeing my LinkedIn? I mean, not my LinkedIn right now. Is everybody seeing the YouTube screen right now? I need a confirmation on this. Sometimes I got like three monitors going. Yeah, 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 yeah. All right, let's get it. Okay, so we've been hosting a challenge right now for about 44 days now. And pretty much as you guys can go out there and see, we've been documenting this. Sean's actually been one of the recipients of getting the offer. So if you guys can go out there and see, shit, we're posting up so many YouTube videos, I can't even keep track anymore. Like day 13, day 14, day 15, uh, all the way up to like day 27. We've just been documenting this thing like a whole Netflix challenge. It's been pretty actually funny because I've been getting DMs on my Instagram. People are telling me like they're watching certain people on this like it's a Netflix show, and that is exactly where we are going next. We're trying to get on Netflix, folks. So keep watching, keep subscribing. I'm going to go ahead and pop in the YouTube channel right here, just because we will be posting up all of this onto, we will go ahead and just post all of this up into YouTube right after this, with the same title and tag. So you'll be notified once we actually get that thing on there. I'm gonna go ahead and then just give me a quick show of hands. I'm gonna go through the resume portion very quickly. Kind of as a bonus here. I know you guys are also spending your time here. Do you guys want me to also give you guys some tips on LinkedIn, or do we want to just keep it strictly today on resumes? Either way, I'm Gucci with it. Anyone? Only two people had feedback. All right, I guess we're only doing resumes, like no LinkedIn. All right, so let's go ahead and do LinkedIn resume first. This is actually a resume. This is actually one of our templates. If you guys want to go ahead and grab it, you guys totally can. But I'm going to show you guys exactly where it is that you guys can go ahead and grab it in a little bit, but you guys have to hang tough. This is what a product manager resume looks like. This is exactly what a product manager resume needs to look like. Through and from, 2 pages. Now, having said that, though, there's a few things that I need everybody to know. It's like, Rich, really? Yes, really. Rich, really? Yes, really. Does this resume actually work? Yes, this resume actually works. You know which resume is probably not working? It's probably your resume is not working, right? So the first thing that you have to have is like, I take a look at most people's resumes and they all look the same. We actually did a resume review session that's also on YouTube. I think we did it was like 3 hours long and people weren't getting any interviews. Um, let's go ahead and actually have one of the ranking members here. Sean Daddy, how many interviews were you bagging in a week?
Last week I had like 12.
Okay, so 12 interviews a week, right? So did you spend any time customizing your resume?
No.
Okay, that's what we want. We want to go ahead and actually get more product manager interviews and spend less time customizing. Why do we want to spend less time customizing? Well, first things first is there's only two outcomes. You guys believe in customizing, you guys don't believe in customizing. If you guys don't believe in customizing, then I don't need to argue with you. If you guys believe in customizing, is the people that still believe in customizing still don't do it because you guys don't want to do it. You guys don't care to do it. So by the time that you're done doing it, most people are like, well, you have to customize your resume. You have to customize your resume. I mean, are you doing it now? No. So why are you arguing with me? Because the truth is, most people also do a very shitty job customizing their resume. So I got to customize it. Okay, we'll customize it. And then by the time they're done customizing it, let's just assume there's only two outcomes here. You either customize it well or you customize it bad. By the time you're done customizing it, it's already gone. So, show of hands, how many times do you see a product manager job posted on LinkedIn right now, and then boom, like it gets taken down within 17 minutes after the role has been posted? Like you already see like 200 applicants on there. So, speed to lead is actually extremely important, because most of the time, I'll tell you, even like as a business owner, most of the time we just hire like the first guy or girl that comes in. Like when we post up an ad, like we need a video editor, we usually hire the first person. Okay. Like when we post up an ad, like, hey, we need to make a bunch of Instagram memes, right? We hire like the first or second person that comes in, unless they're like horrible. So getting there first helps your situation out tremendously. We know this actually in sales. So the first thing that you need to do is have on the very, very top your name. It's got to be very clear cut. The second thing that you also need to have is your work authorization status. This is actually where people start getting really antsy with me and start counting the clock because we're at 10:14 my time right now. Rich, I'm on an H1, like I'm on an F1. You need to go out there and have actually your work authorization status, especially if you have an international name, you need to go ahead and put it on your resume. And I'm going to tell you guys this right now because recruiters are extremely overworked, they're burnt out, and anything they need to ask an additional question on, they will get flustered and they will decide to interview somebody else that has their information. The big pushback that I always get from H1s is this. Well, like, am I not going to get the interview? Because, well, listen, they see an international name and they see an overseas university as the undergrad, they're not even going to call you anyways. So at least this way, it's just like they need to know. Most people that's on H1 right now, they think they're in the worst situation ever. But the truth of the matter is they're not actually in the worst situation ever. There's 40 other visas that are more difficult to sponsor than an H1B. And the thing about H1s is this. I can talk about this all day. The thing about H1 is this, under the previous Trump administration, it was very difficult to go out there and get the sponsor. I remember somebody coming out of our program during that time. It took her 4 months just to go from one company to another. And everybody's had one of those kind of like haunted stories like that. So they wanted to avoid it. Now that we have Trump's total buy-in on the H1B and he's publicly endorsed it, now people that are on H1, the interview rate has completely shot up. So you definitely want to make it easy and let them know exactly which work authorization status is on there. Second thing, number, email, and then people ask me, well, what about this address? Should I have a street address on there? Should I not have the street address on there? If you feel comfortable, put the street address. If you don't feel comfortable, put the city. You want to know why? Because so many people are interviewing for remote roles. Brings us to another question. Well, are the people still hiring? People are still hiring remotely right now, but the reason why I'm cracking the whip on everybody is within 3 months, I would say largely most companies that have a physical office will demand you to go back into the office because that is the trend. Most other companies, like myself, who has gone fully remote, I'm in beautiful Seoul, South Korea right now. As you can see, the sun is just rising here on this side of the world. We've gone fully remote. We embrace fully remote. I only hire people that understand, like, they know their job, they know what their responsibilities are. I don't feel like I got to play, babysitter with anybody. There are still a sizable portion of companies that have international teams. So companies that are like, I would say, like this gentleman here, multiple offers, remote offer. Like crypto right now has saw a huge boom. If you guys are going after like crypto and you guys kind of enjoy that culture, you guys don't necessarily need to have a crypto background because crypto took a hit and a lot of people left, and then now they're looking for people to come through again. Crypto have predominantly like remote teams. So those are things that you want to go ahead and consider. That person also came out of our program. But if you're going for like, it's highly unlikely, like if you're going to go for a company like JP Morgan Chase, who have been total freaking gangsters, total freaking gangsters about going back into the office, like, well, can I still get like, probably not, because, Jamie Dimon is one of the biggest spokesperson for going 5 days in the office all week. So it's probably not going to happen. So targeting those companies, right? Well, next off is you need to have a skills chart. Now, why is this guy important here, Rich? You guys need to have a skills chart. And more importantly, go ahead and hijack this. I have actually everything here in this little bad boy called school. If you guys want to go ahead and actually check it out, but have as many skills as possible. Now, user design, customer, like I think customer like discovery and all that other stuff, that's not really going to get you interviews. What's going to get you interviews is actually things like Figma. What's going to get you interviews is like things like Miro, something where they have some type of physical, okay, some type of physical, like actual application name, Trello, Asana, Optimizely, um, you know, InVision, right? Anything that's the actual app, because this search is based upon a keyword algorithm of do you have these words? Road mapping is just road and map is like it can be anything. It can be freaking anything. So they don't know. And anytime they don't know something, that makes life difficult. Before I get to this portion of it, because this is actually where I get the most, but, just chill. Okay, let's go ahead and get down to this part. Education, certifications, and any type of bonus information, keep it on the bottom. Make sure you have it on just a very clean template here. 1.5 to 2 pages is okay. So the other big debate that we also get is this. Is it 1 page, 2 page, or like, okay, let's just knock some things out of the ballpark. 3 pages definitely overkill. Okay. 1 page, if you're looking for a 120K or less job, that's the entry level in product management. 1 page is fine. But based upon the number of words that the machine is actually going to go ahead and search, you really can't pack everything on 1 page. If you really can't pack everything on 1 page and still have like a decent looking resume, unless you want to go ahead and put everything into size 9 font. And I'm telling you guys, don't go below 10. Do not go below 10. Absolutely do not go below 10. It pisses people off. But while we're talking about font, let's go ahead and talk about font for a little bit. Having a cleaner layout and just a better looking font, I'm going to tell you is going to shoot up your it's going to go out there and shoot up your application score, and it's going to go out there and immediately increase your conversions. Why is that? Because if I don't even want to look at it, I'm not even going to want to read it. At first glance here, if I don't want to go ahead and take a look at this, I'm not even going to go ahead and bother reading this thing. Because you actually want me to stop what I'm doing to dissect this. People don't have the bandwidth for that anymore. Why do you think we pump out so many YouTube videos and so many YouTube shorts? People's attention span has gotten lower. So what do we do with this section? Let's talk about a few non-negotiables, because everybody's going to say, but. Okay, you want to have at least 4 to 5 bullets, no more than 6 bullets per position. 4, 5, or 6. And you want to have unified bullets. The only time you don't want to have a unified bullets is like 5, 5, 4, 6, 6, 5, 5, 5, 3, but make it look uniform. What I see sometimes with resumes is like the most recent position's got 2 bullets. And then the next one has 7 bullets. And then the next one has 1 bullet. It aesthetically just looks disgusting, right? So if they don't like to look at it, they're not going to go ahead and read it. If they don't like to take a look at it, they're not going to read it. They don't like to look at it, they're not going to like to read it, right? And then now let's talk about the fun parts. Now all we need here is how do we go out there and fill out, 4 bullets first. And I'm going to tell you guys how to do this in the shortest amount of time. We're at 10:22 right now. So we're still within the 30-minute range. You guys go to this Airtable, okay? And you guys get access into school if you guys don't have access to it already. And then you see the resume bullets, description bullets right here. This is all you need to go out there and do. There's a few description bullets you guys have to have. So first things first is let's take a look at the category. Product strategy and vision, product requirements, road mapping, prioritization, project management, customer feedback, user experience, researching new products, competitive market analysis, testing and validation, stakeholder management, with cross-functional teams, business teams, engineering teams, design teams, customers, metrics, KPIs, reporting, tracking, process documentation. And then you have some success bullets here, which is like product launch success, market penetration. I'm going to show you guys this right now. It's called the resume matrix. In every single position, let's just say in your first position, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bullets. You want to keep it very mixed and you want to keep it very diverse. Now, why is that, Rich? You want to keep it very mixed and very diverse because we're in a volatile AF market right now. So your job is set to go ahead and change all the freaking time. All the freaking time. So what ends up happening when your job is changing this many times? I'm going to tell you right now. Well, one day we think we need this, and then now the next week, now we completely are pivoting over to a different type of business model, or our focus is going to be this. Because every single time Trump right now signs an executive order, there is a major impact in terms of how other businesses operate. People have never really had to care about that before, but people actually have to do so right now. So we want to get some non-negotiables in there. So we want to have something that satisfies product strategy, product leadership, researching new products, features, and you want to have all this and you want to make sure that it's a mix. When I talk to like product managers that come from a software engineering background, they have engineering. It's like, yo, I see a computer science degree right here. It says that you're a software engineer on top. Like, there's no question in my mind. You already know how to do this. You want to include the skills that is not overtly obvious that you would have, right? You want to go ahead and do that. So the next thing that you want to go ahead and do is you want to just go ahead and pick one bullet from every single category and you want to just grab it. And the most important thing that you want to grab is also some success bullets here on the bottom. Now, let's talk about that. Drove market expansion by 30% by entering 3 new geographic markets, acquiring $500,000 in new customers within a 12-month period. Here's what people need to go ahead and understand. Straight up. Here's what people just need to go ahead and understand straight up. In this market right now, you need to have 3 things that is fairly missing right now in your resume, and why our people are getting 15 plus interviews all week versus, everybody right now put in the chat how many interviews you're averaging a week right now. So I get a feel for this. I imagine it's probably nowhere near that number, right? Anirban 0. How many interviews are you guys all taking down like a week right now? Pop it in the chat, people. Come on. Don't turn this thing into a Black Mirror episode. What, Anirban's the only one here applying? Had 4. Okay, so 1. Who else? What else you guys got? That's it? 1? Well, that's freaking the problem. Ralph, Ray, Pratik, Piyush, Kartikeya, Erica, Derek, Dave, Christopher, Alex. What do you guys hear? Elevator music? You recommend each pointers to be one, huh? How many interviews are you guys averaging like a week? Okay, all right, 10. That's actually pretty good. Okay, there's 3 things that you guys need for description bullets. Number 1 is you want the starting metric and you want the ending metric. How it started, how it's going. And you want to go ahead and actually have clear results, and you want to go ahead and have the period of the time that you've been doing it in. That's what you got to have. Is, okay, the 12-month period, very simple. Okay, so if I said we increase website traffic by 30%, pre-recession, that was Gucci. That was totally okay. But nowadays, people are going to want to know, okay, so what's 30%? And in what time frame? If they got to ask it, you are already coming in at like, if they got to ask it, you're already coming in at a loss. You're already coming in at a major loss. So I'm going to go out there and help you out here. We increased website traffic from 3,000 visitors to 7,000 visitors within 4 months. Okay, now those are some real metrics. Why? Because You need the recruiter to be able to pitch you to the head or director of product to get a second round interview. Right now, it's hard enough for you guys to get the interviews in the first place. But you know what else is tough? Getting the recruiter to pitch you guys. Because not everybody the recruiter likes is going to get a pitch, is actually going to get an interview from the second round. And the recruiter doesn't just book interviews on the hiring manager's calendar, like, hey, go talk to Sean at 2 o'clock on Tuesday. The recruiter is going to go ahead. The recruiter is going to go ahead and say, hey, Sean, can I put somebody on your calendar for next Tuesday at 2 o'clock? Who is this person? I want to go ahead and actually recommend Alex for this position. Tell me more about Alex. Blah, blah. Like, they're going to want to know some stats. They're going to want to know some KPIs. And if the recruiter does not know how to pitch you effectively, you're not going to get the interview. So all of these bullets here are great, but if you don't have actual metrics and a time frame to go ahead and match it up, then unfortunately, you're also not going to be getting any interview callbacks, or this is actually one of the top reasons why you're missing out. Because the recruiter is not going to go ahead and customize your resume for you unless they know you. Like when I was a recruiter, I used to do that for people if I thought they like deserved a deserving chance. But for the most part, not really. Like, like I have 70 other roles that I have to recruit for. Every hiring manager is saying that it's very urgent. But you got to understand that when you're getting the hiring managers in like attention, you have it for a very short amount of time. You have it for a very, very short amount of time. So with that said, we're exactly at 10:29. You choose 6 bullets, and okay, now we can go out there and get ready to fire. I mean, people are saying like, yeah, like the market's bad. I actually don't believe in it. Like, there's people posting up roles every single day. Like, I just signed on to LinkedIn and this thing already popped up. You click on this role here, it goes directly to like where it needs to go. Very simple. And if you go out there and actually source out product manager, I mean, I'm doing this already every single day. Product manager, boom. Okay. Go to post, and you'll just see all these people that are hiring. Like, hey, there's some good roles today. Join our manager of product management at NICE. This was posted up 3 hours ago. Okay. Let's go out there and see some post results. This was posted up 3 hours ago. This was posted up 4 hours ago. This was posted up 3 hours ago. This was posted up 3 hours ago. This was posted up what, 11 hours ago? This was posted up one day ago. Uh, so while other people are looking for certifications, okay, this person actually came out of our program too. I forgot, Barbara. 8 hours ago, 5 hours ago, 4 hours ago, 7 hours ago. There's literally 1 hour ago. We have all these roles sourced out one day ago. Let me see here. 1 hour ago, 7 hours ago. All you guys need is just a slightly better, slightly aesthetically pleasing resume. Okay. Send over your screenshot of your resume on the LinkedIn, and you only just, hey, there's Anarbon right here. Right. Let me see here. Okay. Then you no longer have to go ahead and make like comments like this. The paradox of product man. Okay, do me one favor, people. Help yourself out. Don't rant about how much you hate your job hunt on LinkedIn. It's the surest way for you to not get interviews. Because the standard operating procedure is when they see a resume that they like, they click on your LinkedIn profile. And then you go out there and you start ranting about how much you hate interviewing. You know what that actually basically says? You're really bad at interviewing. And when they think, they're like, oh my gosh, well, we don't want a person working like this for us here. It's not what we want to do. So anyways, rolls upon rolls upon rolls upon rolls upon rolls. Uh, we started off a little bit later, but yo, 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 when you guys are posting up for a founder. Ticker is growing. Let's go ahead and actually do one right now. All right. So we got Logan Jones here, Atlantic City, New Jersey, and we got Ticker. We got the direct founder that's posted up 4 hours ago. Okay. So when you go to Ticker, you know why founder posts are so good? Well, founder post is actually really good because, like, if they're posting up right now as a founder, they just got some funding. And if they just got some funding, that means some VC out there, and trust me, it's the hardest time to get funding in this market. That means they have already audited them up the yin yang that this company is going to go out there and print cash in the next 4 years under the current administration, under the current market expectations. And that means you guys get in here at the ground floor, right? So with that said, there's no reason why any of you should be hitting up Logan Jones right now. Stop hitting up the big tech companies. They're doing the most layoffs because their product roadmaps and their periodic. I won't stop you guys. Largely, I can, and I really don't care. Those are the types of companies that are going to go ahead and really take off in the next 4 years. And ultimately, that's what you want, right? Like, you want to go ahead and be at a company where you're going to make the most amount of money. Uh, for the remaining time, schedule a call if you guys have not already. Link into the into the chat. For the country that boasts the most about their Wi-Fi, it's been largely inconsistent, even in Seoul. We've been booking 4 challenges a week, and our people are averaging about, let's just say, what right now, like 10, 15, upwards of 39 product manager interviews a week, and they are coming out of here with 250K to 300K offers. So in the time that we have remaining, and for as much time as I still have some Wi-Fi, I am more than happy to answer any questions that you guys have. If you guys can pop it into the Q&A button, it would just make it easier for me to not have to source through the comments in the chat. Let's see here, and I'm just gonna take a second to go out there and hydrate. Ba, 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 ba. Any questions? Where is, give me a second here. Let me go ahead there and pop it in there again. I popped that thing back into the chat. Okay, that's the problem. I didn't hit for everybody. Okay. Let me see here. Piyush, did you see basically the link? Yes, no.
Yeah, I'm unmuted. I'm a little noisy area. How's it going?
It's going good, my friend. Any other questions I can answer for you?
No, it's some good feedback. I guess if there's a gap in the resume or you've taken some time off, is there something you want to address on the resume? Like, I took time off took a break, so I'm not sure how I should kind of play that.
Let's see here. How much time did you take off?
Oh, well, it's like 8 or 9 months. We had a layoff and then I took time off and then had some personal stuff going on with my son, so.
Got it, got it, got it. Okay. Well, I mean, have you not been securing interviews?
I haven't been looking, so just started.
Oh, okay. All right. So if you, I mean, as a recruiter, like having a work gap doesn't stop you from getting interviews, but it does stop you from getting the job if you don't address it in the round one. So, like, you want to have a very clear answer. Like when they're asking you, tell me about yourself. Like, hey, Peter, so tell me about yourself. Uh, well, blah 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 blah. You go into the answer, and then right now, I'm currently targeting very specific type of companies, just like yours, because I'm very interested in growing in the e-commerce space, right? If you don't address it in the first two questions that they ask, if they got to ask you what was that 9 months of just pure oxygen, then now they got to start digging. And that just, if they got to feel like they got to pull out the shovel, that means they just think that there's something to hide. And that actually just doesn't make your life look good because it's like, well, what else do we have to go there and dig through, right? But if you address it very quickly, then it's just like, okay, that part of it. Yeah, and the reason why I had to go out there and take some time off was just I had some issues that I had to deal with my son, and then now I'm looking for my next challenge, specifically that's somebody that's trying to disrupt crypto. We have answers for that, but having work gaps, whether it's from your most recent position or whether it's from a position that was previous to that, doesn't really have that much bearing compared to if you just don't get if you don't address it straight up. So it's doesn't stop you from getting the interviews, but it will stop you from getting the job. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it makes sense.
Okay, great. Cover in the next two in the first within like I would say the first 4 minutes, and it's not going to be a problem. Because ultimately you got to think about it this way. What do they want? They just want somebody that's just like they just want somebody that's just like gonna hang out there for like a while, and they want to know that the person that they're hiring right now is not a liability. So if you prove that you're an asset, then you go out there and you kind of mitigate that risk away. But I'll talk to you more about that, or somebody from my team will. Next question I have from Ray. You previously mentioned not going after Capital One or other big tech, which was and is good advice, very good. What should we go ahead and do instead? Uh, well, okay, Ray. Well, what do you want?
What I want would be the dream job would be 100% remote, where I can poly work and work two jobs and have one be my primary source of income and the second be for, towards entertainment, retirement, and other larger life goals. But to have more than one job so that if I get caught up in the tech layoffs again, okay, I got laid off from job A. Thank goodness I have job B. And the types of jobs I'm pursuing are technical program manager, project owner, project manager, leadership and technology.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, the type of roles that you want to go after are the companies that basically have the type of roles that you want to go after is actually companies that just got funding. They're the best. It's the hardest time to get funding right now. So for the companies that do have funding, here's what I noticed. When I go out there and post up like an interview referral for like a big tech company that's like Netflix or TikTok, engagement's like through the roof. And like when I post up for like a company that people have never even heard of before, um, it's like engagement is like barely there. The companies that are the best companies to work for that probably require the least amount of your time so you can go out there and print the most cash and pursue other life goals are the more tradition. There's only two types of companies. The companies that just got funding right now, and they kind of don't have the process in place, but they'll kind of let you just do whatever it is that you want. Then the second type of company are the more traditional companies like making paper cups or styrofoam bowls. Why? Is because they're looking to innovate as well, and they would like somebody to help them out, and they also pay extremely well because they don't have any concept of how much a product manager's role is going for. Most product managers take the sticker price that's on an Indeed or LinkedIn about like, oh yeah, our budget's like 140 to 150. And they're like, F you, I don't want to work that job. Are you kidding me? It's gonna be blah, blah, blah. But like, here's the thing. Everything's up for negotiation. If you go in there and you're like, well, typically speaking, like, hey, sorry, like this is actually, what do you think is fair? We have no idea. But LinkedIn and Indeed mandates that they put some number out there. So they're trying to negotiate for what they think is best for them. You got to go ahead and negotiate what's best for you. Go after the more traditional companies. For every single job hunt, what I just recommend to people is basically this: apply, 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 attack, attack, attack. The less conversations that you're having with hiring managers does not help your situation out at all. People want to have like the least amount of conversations with hiring teams. And that's what's killing a lot of people. Is just like, just get out there and just start talking to them. Because even if you don't care for the job, you're still building up your interview skills. You selfishly are going after the job hunt. And I actually appreciate your honesty. Like I got like other life goals and plans and endeavors, and I want two incomes. And just in case, plan A goes one way, I still got plan B as a backup. Yeah, they have selfish plans too.
Yeah.
And the head or director of product, that person secretly and selfishly wants to do no work. So the way that we actually train our people how to interview more effectively is do the least amount of work. Convince the person that you're interviewing with that if you hire me, you're going to do the least amount of work. Like, let me ask you a question. Do you enjoy skiing or snowboarding? Snowboarding. I mean, right now is the season, right? So their secret fantasy is being able to hit the slopes right now, enjoy a beer, look at the sunset, get a few Slack messages saying we're Gucci. And that's what they want. They don't really want to do work. And not at that level. They know they're not going to be making any more money. They don't have the energy to go out there and job hunt anymore. So, like, if you're able to sell them on that fantasy, then they're just going to want to go ahead and work with you. That's why our people are clearing like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 offers. That's the secret sauce. So, schedule a call if you want to learn some more about it. Any other questions? I basically only had 2 under the Q&A tab.
Thank you. I just wanted to say that.
Got you, Ray. I got you. The other thing that I also recommend for all product managers is start building up your personal brand. The personal brand, your YouTube channel or your Instagram channel, YouTube and Instagram actually, is going to be the resume of 2026 if it isn't the resume already. So all the jobs are going to be transacted really on Instagram and YouTube because people want to hire people that they ultimately want to work with. And when they're seeing you on YouTube like all the time, they just feel like they have more of a connection with you. So those are the people that they're going to reach out to. So when product manager influencers, which is actually the next workshop that I'm hosting, that's coming up, product manager influencers, those are the people that are like actually getting the best job opportunities because people are like, yeah, I've been watching you for like, we would love to have somebody like you on our team because they know them. It takes 7 hours to convince somebody that you don't know to transact a high ticket transaction with you as a stranger, random stranger. So like to think that you're going to go in there like they don't know you, you don't know them either, right? So to think like you're just going to be able to go out there and close a transaction in that time frame, you're going to have to go out there and actually just deliver some very high quality value. That comes from actually doing a lot of interviews. You either have something very legitimate to go out there and offer, but that still comes from like doing a high amount of interviews, or you have a brand. Having a brand is just way easier. Having a brand is just way easier. Um, yeah. Any other questions I can answer for anybody else here? Going once, going twice. Gucci. See you guys on the next one.
Thanks again.
Thank you.